Hello, welcome to Retire Boldly, Alaska to France. This is Marcus. He is my assistant today. He sits here behind me on my chair. I have to kind of squish forward, and he sits right there and guards the outdoor area, making sure that nobody comes into our perimeter. He makes sure that there's no deer, no bears, no children on bikes, no people walking. And if there is somebody or something that goes by, he makes sure to go outside and tell them to get out. So if he freaks out and starts barking and runs that way, you'll know that there is something out there that he is protecting me from. So on this edition of Retire Boldly Alaska to France, we did a meeting with HCB, and I had promised that we would give you a full report on that meeting, and today is the day. I was going to do it about 3 weeks ago, and as those of you who watch know, I ended up having to go down to Seattle. My father passed away, and so I just wasn't prepared to present this until now. So I wanted to go over step by step. I'm not going to show you a picture of the contract that they sent. They do, it's a proposal, I should say. But I just wanted to go over how our meeting went. So we met with the gentleman via Zoom, and it was myself and Eric, and then Chrissy was at her house, but we all were on a Zoom together. And we basically had a lot of questions that we asked him about things that they could potentially help us with. Because as you all know, it's very daunting to try and coordinate all of these details. You're not just making a move to another state, you're making a move to another country that has different laws, different ways to buy a house, different ways to pay taxes. There's so many different things, and it can be very, very daunting. But I'll go over all of the points and the offerings that they made to us, and I'll give you the prices that they offered. And these probably are on par with other organizations that do this. So I have it up here on the screen over here. So their overview was to experience seamless visa solutions tailored to meet your unique needs, whether you are seeking essential guidance, comprehensive support, or premium hands-on experience. Their new service levels are designed to provide expert assistance every step of the way. So they have different levels. There's essential, classic, and premium packages, which of course the prices go up. And so this proposal was for premium services. There were a lot of different elements to what we're doing. So that would include full document handling, dedicated account manager, pre-departure assistance, customer portal access, and 100% guarantee on all their services. There are flexible payment plans, so you can pay it all up front, and you get a 5% discount if it's over 10,000 euros. So you'll get a little bit of money saved if you just pay it all with a credit card. There are payment plans upon request. So for those of you that do want to use their services, just know that you can do a payment plan. So they list all of the different resources that they have, and then they go into the pricing. Now, we didn't get this quote until after our meeting. We had the meeting, and I think as we were meeting with him and telling him all of the stuff that we might want, he, based on that, he said, you probably should use premium service. And he's probably right. So what we proposed to him was that Eric and myself would apply for our visas. I am considering getting a visa which will allow me to work, because I do services that I may be able to provide those services to people in France, perhaps other expats who need assistance with logistical things like that. And also, we are going to be buying a house with a gîte. And if, we have more than we need, we could rent out one of those gîtes. And if that is the case, then one of us would need to be able to work in the country. So For us, it would just be Eric and myself. I could apply for a visa where I am able to work, but then he would just come as a spouse and not working. And then Chrissy would just get a standard visa because I'm not sure what she's planning to do specifically for her remote job, but it would be a job that happened in the United States. And so she wouldn't need that kind of visa. So the first thing that is on this is the global tax consultation service offered, um, which basically would be a lot of hand holding as we start to pay taxes over there. Um, they provide clarity. They help you understand the tax laws. I would hope that they would kind of do everything on your behalf. Um, it's a customized tax review. So basically, they'd kind of give you guidance on how to fill out paying your taxes, and then they would basically review all of your taxes, making sure that you did everything correctly. And that would include interest, dividends, gains from the sale of stocks, gains from stock options, rental income if you have that from U.S. properties, your Social Security benefits, pension, withdrawal from traditional IRA accounts. Like it covers all of the stuff that you might need to pay taxes on. And for that, they're charging 1,250 euro. Now, honestly, I don't think that that's a bad deal at all because, like, I have a tax guy here that we pay, and it's expensive to have your taxes done if you want them done correctly. I own several businesses. They're not huge businesses by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, you would term them micro businesses, truly. But I have income from a regular job. Eric has income from a regular job. Eric also has income from working for one of my companies. And then I have a company that I own myself, and then I have a company that I own with partners. So we're not making a ton of money, but it's enough that I don't want to worry about how to pay my taxes at the end of the year. So I'm happy to give somebody else money so that they can do that for me. If you have very traditional needs as far as taxes go, I think you could probably figure it out yourself. Anybody who is going to be making this leap to living abroad has done a lot of research, unless you're a complete cowboy and you're like, I'm doing it, I'm getting on a plane, let's go, and they don't really think about that stuff and they figure it out later. That is one way to do things. But for taxes, I don't think that this is a bad deal. And to be honest, I am still considering whether or not we should take them up on that portion of their services. The next one is the Concierge VIP subscription package. And that is, you can call or email throughout the week, Monday to Friday, for help as often as you wish over a 3-month period. Whether you need assistance with an incorrect bill, writing letters to your bank, making appointments on your behalf, over the phone translation assistance, there's lots of different stuff. Also, this includes the opening a French bank account. As part of the VIP package, they assist you in opening a French bank account with special deals through BNP Paribas. So they will help you in that regard. Now, one of the reasons that I would not use this service is that I already reached out to Crédit Agricole. And the reason that I wouldn't need this service is because Crédit Agricole already said, we will provide you with a translator. So I was like, oh, great. I don't need to worry about that because I can show up with all my paperwork. They said, when you have your appointment, we will have a translator there so that you understand everything and everything runs smoothly to open your account. They sent me a list of everything I would need. Now, that's just the first bank that I made contact with. So I imagine that other banks in France probably have similar services. So then that charge, if you want help in doing that, is 1,500 euro if you have HCB help you. And then doing the French pet passport, I'm so stupidly excited for my dogs to have a passport. Like, come here, Pumpkin. I mean, this guy this guy's picture in a passport. Oh my God, I can't wait. Are you so excited? Bonjour. Bonjour, Marcus. Anyway, he's still on duty, so we can't disrupt him. He's working. Um, anyway, they will book the appointment with the certified vet. They'll schedule the appointment for everything, and then they will assist you in submitting all the paperwork. Now, I am going to guess, and maybe somebody like Sue on a shoestring, I don't know if she's already done this because I know that she has moved to France with dogs. So chime in below, Sue, if you know anything about this. But I would not be moving to any town that did not have a vet, right? A certified vet. If there's a certified vet, I'm going to guess that that vet has already done this kind of work with other expats. So I don't think that that would be a service that we would probably use. For that service, per dog was €225. I think that we can do that one on our own, so I wasn't too worried about that one. And especially, we've got 4 dogs, so that was €900. Um, so the next one is property purchase consultancy. They offer access to people who need full relocation service. They help you move, basically. They help you get a house and make sure that you're getting the house that you want. They help you with the property search. And I got to tell you, this is the biggest challenge for us because here in the USA, of course, and I don't know how it works in England or other countries, but here there's an MLS. And as we have all come to know who are moving to France, they have no MLS in France. So for those of you that are unclear on what that is, that means multi-listing service. That means that every house that is on the market filters into a multi-listing service so that you can go look at every single house that's for sale in one area. Like in our town, I think there's 3 or 4 realtors, real estate companies, but I can see all of their stuff from every company on one website. And if I'm interested in and if I'm interested in any of those houses, I can just go and contact that realtor. But in France, if you have one town and you have 5 different realty companies, you have to go to 5 different websites to look at all the houses that might be available in that town. And I have not been able to find somebody who, like a service that says, hey, I will go look at all those houses. I'll figure out which one is for you. Like when we were looking for a house in Ketchikan, we had a realtor who just said, hey, so and so's got a great property, because they were getting a commission. They made a commission if we bought the house through them, and the other realtor would get a commission. So there's multiple commissions, of course, multiple people taking money. So what I'm guessing is that if you kind of look at what HCB does as that first realtor, like your realtor, right? But it's a flat rate. It's €5,000 for them to look for a property, help you negotiate, do the legal coordination, navigating the legal aspects of acquiring a property. That's a lot of good reason to use them, I will say. €5,000 seems pretty steep. And, that was one that I was like, oh, that might be really helpful. But we're not quite at that point yet. If we get to the point where I am just completely lost and I feel like I can't find the right house, then I think having a service like HCB would be worth it. So that was €5,000. So it's the price that keeps me going, oh, I could probably do this myself. Yeah. So, and then they also have a service to facilitate your French tax return as a resident. This is also ties back into doing that. However, I will say that I spoke to my tax guy here, and he said he could give me a little bit of guidance for stuff in France, as part of what I already pay him to do our taxes. So this is probably not a service that I would take advantage of. The cost of that is 1,100 euro. So then they have business plan and prefecture contact. This is to help me. This would have been to help me do a business plan, submit it to the prefecture of wherever I'm going to live, and try to negotiate, whatever that might be to make sure that I get a visa so that I can work. Now, for that assistance, it's $2,500. However, I can do my own business plan. So I feel like I could navigate this one on my own. Yes, it's, a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with, but gosh, I hope this isn't boring just staring at me this whole time. Then there's doing the professional liberal 1-year working visa. To assist me in getting that, the cost is 3,600 euro on top of the other one. That seemed kind of steep to me. So all of that's everything that was included on our HCB proposal, and the total came to 15,850 euro with the current tax exchange. So in US dollars, that's $18,447. So now we all know that it's a lot of money to move to another country, and all of the so I'm also going to convert it into British pounds, and for that it would be 13,640 pounds. So for anybody watching from England, that's how much that cost. Yeah, it's a lot, but we all know that it's going to cost a lot to move to France. So I do believe, though, that we're probably going to be able to handle all of this on our own. If I do get to the point where I'm not able to figure out something, I think I would probably look for another service. This is basically the Cadillac of services, I think, but I think that if you maybe need to work with a notaire, somebody like that, the notaire could probably walk you through a lot of this stuff for a little bit less. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Not very exciting just watching me, but this was our meeting with HCB. We all felt really good about it, and we were really glad that we did it, just to kind of get a general overview, because he did give us a lot of good information about what is needed for each of these things, which some of it we did not consider. But that is this week's video from Retire Boldly, Alaska to France. I'm Shauna, ever on duty. Here he goes. Come here, come here. Okay. Say goodbye, Marcus. Au revoir.